This is Agnes Shanley, editor of Pharmaceutical Manufacturing magazine, and I'm here at Interfex in New York with Fred Greulich, who is Director of Operational Excellence at the consulting group Maxiom Group in Boston. Fred is going to be making a presentation very shortly on failure modes and effects analysis and its use in batch manufacturing. Fred, could you give us a really brief Cliff Notes condensed version of what you're going to discuss?
Sure, absolutely, Agnes. We're going to be presenting a case study today that we at Maxiom Group did with a contract manufacturer, a multinational contract manufacturer, last year, where we took this Six Sigma tool, failure mode and effects analysis, and applied it to batch record steps to help identify, prioritize, and eventually manage process risk for this manufacturer. So the uniqueness of what we're doing in this case study, again, is applying that tool at the batch record step level.
What type of process was involved?
It's a purification process for one of this company's many clients. So we actually analyzed 8 batch records, again, purification related, for one client. And this took place over a multi-month period. So what you can see, Agnes, is that this was a significant investment by this particular client, again, being only 8 batch records for one client. But they're finding it to be a very worthwhile endeavor. They've expanded it now to other processes and other clients. And in fact, I believe are using it as a marketing tool, to potential customers, showing the rigor of their risk analysis approach.
Now, I understand that this method was invented in the aerospace industry initially. Are there any modifications that you need to use it, in pharma and life sciences?
We're actually using it pretty much out of the box. We're applying a 3-step methodology, which we, again, did with this particular client, Agnes, starting with the analysis and development of what's called a risk priority number, part of the methodology, as phase 1. Then we did some root cause analysis and identified some potential solutions for those root causes as a phase 2. And now they're in phase 3, frankly, without our help, and they're doing very well in the detailed design of those solutions and the implementation.
Are you seeing a greater acceptance and use of these types of methods within pharma?
Absolutely. As the industry in general moves to more quality by design, build quality into the process, FMEA is a huge tool that flanges up very nicely with that imperative. So yes.
What are the biggest challenges, though? Because as I understand it, not only do you have to get a cross-functional team, which can be tough in pharma where things get siloed, but you also have to get consensus on what the real issues are. Are there mistakes that that you see that people may make in their implementations?
Yeah. I think you hit on it. The fact that I think in life sciences, coming from, frankly, outside of life sciences in my earlier career, it is a very siloed very siloed mentality, and as well, a great sense of it's about the science as opposed to it's about the business processes. And so making that switch has been a challenge, I think, for a lot of companies, and we're seeing it in our business. But specifically back to FMEA for batch records, it was about bringing together cross-functional teams to literally go through in 2 to 3 hour sessions on average each of these batch record steps and come up with a consensus on how this particular step could fail, what the likelihood would be for it failing, the ability to detect whether it failed or not, and a lot of interaction. In fact, arguably as much as to be gained from the process of bringing those people together and having them interact in that way as the value of the product itself. So.
And what if they disagree about what's important and what isn't? How do you get them to...
How do you reconcile that? There are very, very few disagreements. I mean, there may be a little bit around the edges, but we're looking for, in this exercise, a level of precision that isn't down to the gnat's eyelash, if you will. So we found it pretty easy to work the group to a general area of consensus across the steps.
So what industry were you involved in before you got into life science?
Well, I was in consulting across a broad range of other industries before joining Maxiom Group, and of course we focus exclusively on life sciences in this firm. So, applying Lean and Six Sigma techniques is sort of second nature to me, having done it in so many other industries, but finding it to be an interesting challenge in life sciences, as I think most of the firms we deal with are a little bit behind the curve in accepting and implementing those tools.
Well, thank you so much. We're looking forward to your presentation.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.